everyone, it's Lisa here. In this tutorial for Affinity Designer users, I'll show you how to combine the seamless canvases with the Pattern Design Toolkit and how to create larger canvases for big illustration projects. So let's dive in. Just a quick note up front. The seamless canvases come with a handy guide that includes extra tips and some suggested workflows for getting the most out of your canvases. So be sure to have a look through the guide. There are two ways you can combine the seamless canvases with the Pattern Design Toolkit, and it depends on the way you prefer to work. So with method 1, this is the quickest option and works especially well if you've already completed your repeating pattern. It's also perfect for revisiting older designs and experimenting with different texture combinations to create a whole new look. To use the textures, you can simply paste your square repeating tile into the seamless canvas and then just scale it down to match the size and save that file as your new repeating tile. Method 2, on the other hand, combines the Pattern Design Toolkit templates with a seamless canvas from the start. This is a method I'll be showing you today, and with this method it means you'll be working directly with the texture effects from the beginning, so that makes it much easier to assess color, contrast and the overall look of your artwork as it develops. The first thing we need to do is prepare the Pattern Design Toolkit document by resizing the artboard to accommodate the seamless canvas textures. So with your chosen pattern template open, go to File, Document Setup. Then in the pop-up dialog box, choose the Dimensions tab and under Objects Will, choose the Rescale tab. Under the Resample, choose Bilinear and then scale the document to 4000 pixels by 4000 pixels as the new amount and confirm the change. Now that the Pattern Design Toolkit template is prepared, you can import the seamless canvas textures. So go ahead and open your chosen seamless canvas and select the entire canvas effects group in the Layers panel. Then go to Menu, Edit, Copy. Switch over to your working document and go to Menu, Edit, Paste. The canvas effects should now paste in the center of the document, but I do recommend double checking that. So to check, select one of the textures using the transform panel and then make sure the X and Y values are on 0. Next, we need to reorder our textures and make sure that they sit above our artwork. To do this, drag the new effects group right to the top of your layers panel so that they sit right above your drawing layers. Or if you'd like to see the textures in repeat with the rest of your artwork, drag the canvas effects group into the draw here layer group, which will preview the textures as well. But be sure that you're always working beneath them. Your canvas is now ready for creating, so simply follow the normal Pattern Design Toolkit workflow to build your repeating pattern, and then once you complete it, just crop as usual and then test. The great thing about these seamless canvases is that it gives you the freedom to work beyond their original 4000 pixel size. Because every texture is seamless, you can essentially build larger canvases by simply duplicating the texture layers and extending them side by side. For example, duplicating the canvas once horizontally and then once vertically creates an 8000 by 8000 pixel canvas, which is super large. And you can continue expanding it even further if your project requires an even larger working area. In this example, I'm going to show you how to create a canvas that's double the width, giving you a landscape format, but you could use the exact same process to create a portrait or square canvas instead. Our first step is to resize the canvas before duplicating the texture. To do that, go to File, Document Setup, and then in the pop-up dialog box, choose the Dimensions tab, and under Objects Will, choose the Anchor to Page tab. From here, you can set the anchor point to control where Affinity adds the extra canvas area. For example, if you're creating a landscape canvas, place the anchor point on the left so that the canvas expands to the right. If you're creating a portrait canvas, position the anchor point at the top center so that the canvas expands downwards. To create an 8,000 pixel square canvas, place the anchor point in the top left-hand corner so that the canvas expands to the right and down. Enter the new size to double the width or height of your canvas to 8,000 pixels, and then confirm the changes. Before duplicating the texture layers to repeat the texture, we'll first need to temporarily reset the opacity and take note of their blend modes. The reason we're doing this, if you plan to merge the duplicated texture layers later, which I highly recommend, Affinity will automatically bake in the layer effects during the merge. This means that any opacity values will reset to 100% and all the blend modes will revert to normal. I'll be merging my textures, so I'm going to open the Layers panel and expand the Canvas Effects group. And to preserve the original appearance of the canvas, first set the opacity of each texture layer to 100% and take note of each layer's blend mode. You can either take a screenshot of the Layers panel or just jot down those figures before you make any changes. From the Edit menu, choose Duplicate to make a copy of the entire texture group. With the duplicate group selected, use the Move tool to move this texture group into the newly created empty section of the canvas. Be sure to snap the textures perfectly into position so that you're creating one continuous seamless surface. As mentioned earlier, I prefer to have just one canvas effects group. So I'm going to go ahead and merge each pair of matching texture layers together. This will keep the Layers panel more manageable. To do this, select the first texture layer, hold down Command on a Mac or Control for Windows on your keyboard, and then select its matching layer in the duplicate group to select both. Then head over to Menu, Layer, and group the two layers together. Next, we need to flatten that group by going to Layer, Rasterize. Repeat this process for each corresponding texture layer until you only have one clean canvas effects group. And then finally, work through all the texture layers to restore the opacity and blend modes. And then once you're finished, close the Canvas Effects group again so that you don't accidentally draw on those new texture layers. And that's it. You now have a newly built canvas ready for drawing. You can either keep expanding the textures for even larger canvases, or crop the canvas down to the size that you need, or you can even keep it in seamless repeat for larger seamless designs. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching and happy creating!